Legal and Privacy Brief for June 15, 2026. The FCC is proposing rules requiring telecoms to collect government ID and physical addresses from all wireless customers, eliminating anonymous prepaid phone purchases under the guise of stopping robocalls. Proceeding 1397. Public comment period closes June 25. The U.S. government forced Anthropic to disable 2 advanced AI models, citing national security export controls after claiming knowledge of a jailbreak technique, marking the first use of export control authorities against deployed AI models rather than hardware. Belarus-linked hackers expanded phishing operations to target Gmail accounts of Polish officials and their families, shifting from work email to personal accounts since March. Here's the full breakdown of today's top legal and privacy stories. Legal and Privacy Brief, June 15, 2026. Next section, Policy Changes. FCC proposes elimination of anonymous prepaid phone service. The FCC has opened Proceeding 1397, proposing to require all U.S. wireless carriers to collect government-issued identification numbers and physical addresses from every new and renewing wireless customer. The proposal frames the data collection as a robocall prevention measure, but explicitly states the collected data could be used for a range of other law enforcement purposes. The rule would eliminate the ability to purchase prepaid phones without identity verification, affecting abuse victims, journalists, whistleblowers, and refugees who rely on anonymous communications. Privacy advocates note the proposal is unlikely to stop actual criminal robocall operations, as fraudsters can easily create fake documentation, but will expose vulnerable populations to surveillance risks. The public comment period closes June 25, 2026. Compliance action. Review organizational policies that allow employees or clients to use prepaid phones for legitimate anonymity needs, whistleblower hotlines, domestic violence resources, journalist source protection. Submit comments to FCC Proceeding 1397 by June 25 if the rule would affect your operations. Sources: TechDirt Schneier on security. U.S. government forces Anthropic to disable advanced AI models under export. Controls. The U.S. government issued an unpublished directive on June 13, 2026, invoking national security export control authorities to force Anthropic to immediately disable its Fable 5 and Mythos 5 AI models for all customers worldwide. The directive bars any foreign national from accessing the models, including foreign nationals within the United States and Anthropic's own employees. The government provided only verbal evidence of a claimed jailbreak technique, which Anthropic reviewed and found to be a minor, previously known vulnerability also present in publicly available models like OpenAI's GPT-5. 5. This marks the first known use of export control authorities to recall a deployed commercial AI model rather than restricting chips or hardware. Anthropic is complying while disputing the action's basis, warning that applying this standard industry-wide would halt all new frontier model deployments. The move follows February's designation of Anthropic as a supply chain risk by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth after military contract negotiations failed. Compliance action. Organizations using Anthropic's Fable 5 or Mythos 5 models for cybersecurity analysis or red teaming should identify replacement tools immediately. Review vendor contracts for clauses addressing sudden government-mandated service termination. Document any business interruptions for potential claims. Source: The Record. Next section, Privacy Developments. Belarus-linked ghostwriter campaign targets personal Gmail accounts of Polish officials. CERT Polska reported that the Belarus-linked ghostwriter threat group, also tracked as UNC 1151 and Storm 257, has shifted tactics since March 2026 to target personal Gmail accounts of Polish government officials, researchers, journalists, law enforcement personnel, and their family members. The group previously focused on work email accounts and Polish email providers. The phishing campaigns steal login credentials and two-factor authentication codes to access email accounts, contact lists, and linked social media profiles. CERT Polska observes new phishing domains deployed almost daily. The attackers sometimes guess likely Gmail addresses when they lack precise targets, resulting in misdirected phishing attempts to unrelated individuals with similar names. Ghostwriter has been linked to Belarusian state intelligence and conducts both credential theft and disinformation operations aimed at undermining Poland's relationships with Ukraine, the US, and NATO. Compliance action. Brief executives and high-risk employees on the Gmail phishing campaign targeting public figures and family members. Enforce hardware security keys for 2FA, FIDO2/WebAuthn, rather than SMS or top codes, which ghostwriter campaigns are designed to steal. Review email forwarding rules and connected apps after any suspected phishing exposure. Source: The Record. Next section, Compliance Takeaways. Submit FCC comments by June 25, 2026 to Proceeding 3097 if your organization relies on anonymous prepaid phone services for legitimate privacy needs, whistleblower programs, domestic violence support, journalist source protection. Organizations using Anthropic Fable 5 or Mythos 5 for cybersecurity operations should identify replacement tools and document service interruptions for vendor accountability and potential contract claims. Deploy hardware security keys, FIDO2/WebAuthn, for high-risk employees and executives to defend against credential phishing campaigns like Ghostwriter that target 2FA codes. SMS and top-based authentication are insufficient against state-sponsored phishing operations. Review telecom vendor contracts for data collection and retention practices in anticipation of FCC rule changes requiring identity verification for all wireless service. Understand where employee and customer identity data will be stored and who will have access. Monitor employees with public profiles or family connections to government officials for targeted phishing attempts. Ghostwriter campaigns demonstrate that family members and social contacts are deliberate targets, not collateral damage. That concludes today's legal and privacy brief. From Carolina Clear Tech, for informational purposes only, not legal advice.